Good afternoon, Sydney, New York. My name is Jeffrey Stefanek I, and I'm here to announce that I'm going to be running for mayor when the ballots come out in December. I wanted to give everybody a little bit about myself, this way everybody gets to know who I am and what I'm looking to do. So I'm going to start out with, I've been in Sydney for 8 years now. I'm a proud father of 9 children, 7 girls and 2 boys. I've had owned many businesses in my life, along with DP Limousine. I've also owned the National Association of Bail Bonds Investigation. I own Magical Moments Limousine. I now am currently owner of Stefanek and Associates here in town. And what I do here in our community is I repair cell phones, I repair iPads and tablets. I also serve our community here in Sydney. Towards the end of the month, people who are on a fixed income, they come and see me and I will help them with small loans to get them through until the end of the month. I want to do many new things here in Sydney, New York, if I am elected mayor. One of the things that I would like to do here is bring things back. Okay, our main goal here in Sydney, ladies and gentlemen, is we have nothing for people to come here for. We are not offering anything for businesses to be here. We just put in a brand new sign down on Route 7 coming into Sydney that says Business District. Beautiful sign. The problem is, ladies and gentlemen, is the business district. We have very few businesses here on our main street that they just got a grant for to rebuild it to draw people. I'm not much of a politician. I'm more of a businessman, and throughout my time in business I have never known a street to draw people to come to our town to live and set up business. Throughout my time as a businessman, I have learned that you have to reach out, you have to let people know what we have to offer in our town, and that's what brings people here. That's what brings businesses here. That is what will make our community grow and money to be made. I just found out, because I am on the Chamber of Commerce here in Sydney, and I just found out that our Art and Musical Festival has been canceled. Very disappointed with that action. Our Art and Music Festival is the only thing we have here in Sydney, other than our Christmas parade, that draws people here. Now we canceled it. So now we have nothing this year to offer anybody except for our Christmas parade. I was at the Memorial Day parade. I watched the parade. I was there exactly 5 minutes and 25 seconds. That was our Memorial Day parade. I had left the parade here in Sydney. I went down to Bainbridge, and I've also noticed many other people here in Sydney had went to Bainbridge also, and that parade lasted a half an hour to 45 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just as big as Bainbridge. Bainbridge has a canoe regatta every year, brings in money. The other thing, they have a haunted house in October, which brings in money. We here in Sydney had a lot of things at one time also, which I've seen has disappeared over many years. We have had a ball club here that used to come up and play ball up by the pool. We also used to have a fair down at the Keith Clark Park here in Sydney, New York. The firemen would put on a big fair or what have you, and these are the things that we need to bring back to Sydney, ladies and gentlemen. It's not putting in a new Main Street and to draw attraction to our town. It is our town stepping up to the plate and saying, what are we going to do to fix this problem? I can remember in 2011 a flood that came through here in Sydney, New York. Left a lot of people without homes, a lot of people devastated. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in 2018, and not yet has a word been said from our town what is going on with our homes. First it was FEMA was going to come in and buy them out. From what I understand, FEMA came in, bought a few homes out. Then it was, let's rip the houses down and let's build a spot for the water to go so it doesn't come into our community. Well, it was lift the houses then after that. Let's pick them up, let's lift them, put them in the air. This way if we get flooded again, the houses are off the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't believe that any of these ideas are worth our trouble. One, if we take houses down on River Street, we are making our town smaller. Granted, a lot of houses on River Street, maybe not the best looking houses right now, but if we keep them, we can improve them, ladies and gentlemen. We need to keep our houses here. We cannot afford to rip them down. We cannot afford to take them out and make our community smaller than what it already is. I don't feel putting the houses up in the air is an answer either. My question to the town, to the mayor and the board, is why did you sell our land over by Hess gas station where we had let the water go so our town did not flood? You sold it and filled it in. Now in return, ladies and gentlemen, causes an issue here in our community with us. I've been to a board meeting or two. I sat, I watched, and I learned. Throughout the board meeting, ladies and gentlemen, there were community members who wanted to speak. I noticed with the board meetings that I went to that the words from our community are very limited. They leave a very little bit of time at the end of the meetings for anybody in the community to say anything or make a suggestion or make it, any kind of comment that they want to make. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we are the taxpayers here. This is our community. It is up to our mayor, it is up to our board to listen to their community. Not saying do what our community wants them to do, but take it into consideration, give an explanation, give a reason why they feel maybe that that's not a good idea. At least acknowledge the fact that they are listening. Acknowledge the fact that they are hearing what we have to say. Ladies and gentlemen, as your mayor, if I am elected, I will listen to everything everybody has to say in this community. Everybody makes fun of the president due to the fact that he tweets. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no problem with tweeting. I think it's a great way to listen to your community, just like our president listens to the United States. Okay? We need to have that open communication at all times. So tweeting is not a bad thing. Tweeting is actually a good thing. Ladies and gentlemen, we need special things here. Our children, ladies and gentlemen, the people, the future of our town, all right? They are at a tri-town youth group, and they right now are in between of where they're going to stay, where they're going to go. I have not yet seen the town step up and say, let me help. What can we do? How can we fix this problem? Ladies and gentlemen, like I said in the beginning, I have 9 children. My children are my concern. My children's future is my concern. If they don't have something to do here in the community, these children, they will be on the streets, ladies and gentlemen. They will be doing things they should not be doing. And that is not what we want for our young adults. We want them to be good citizens. We want them to grow. We want them to learn. We want them to be a part of the community. I announced a while back, the other day I ran into somebody who lived here in Sydney at one time. We were sitting around talking, and all this person had to do is complain about Sydney, how it's going downhill, how there's nothing here to do. You know what? That made me angry, ladies and gentlemen. Made me very upset. Made me second think things, okay? This is our community. You moved, you went to a different state to live, he came back for a visit to help some family members, and then he complains about the town. As far as I'm concerned, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't like our town, then pick up and move. But you know what? I love Sydney, New York. I'm glad I'm a part of this community. I'm glad and I'm proud to try to run for mayor in this town and try to make a lot of changes. Today you heard just a few things that I would like to change here. Ladies and gentlemen, if I become a mayor of your town, I want to do sidewalk sales. I just found, we all know actually that Unadilla Days was just on. Afton is having a sidewalk sale days in Afton. Ladies and gentlemen, if we can get Bainbridge, Afton, Unadilla, and Sydney all on the same page for a sidewalk sale, and do it as a Monday, or I'm sorry, excuse me, as a Saturday and Sunday, maybe even a 2-weekend deal, being it's a 4 towns we're going to be doing. Sydney's going to be on the map. People are going to come here. Alright, people will see the new streets, okay? They will see buildings on Main Street that they can occupy, and they're going to be thinking, look at all these people here. They're just shopping for yard sales. My business could grow here. Okay, that's one thing that we're going to have to do. That's one thing that should be done within our town. We need to do it exactly Unadilla is doing once a year, sidewalk sales. If we can get Bainbridge on board, Afton on board, again, you're going to have people here spending money. The Super 8 Motel will be making money. The Tall Pines Campground up the road on Route 8 will be making money. Okay, our little shops that we have right now in town will be making money. Our hardware store, our gas stations, our Great American, our Price Chopper, Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, and Dollar General, Susie's. Everybody in this town will be making money because we will have people here in town just here to shop. They're going to come from all over to our community to go yard selling. And if you think that's a joke or that is not true, you're kidding yourself. Because I don't know about everybody else here in Sydney, but I myself have traveled to yard sales. I've gone as far as Pennsylvania to go yard selling. I've gone as far as Binghamton, New York, to Appalachian, to the Terrace Heights sales. Millions of people show up, okay? Millions of people show up. It was so tough in Appalachian at the terrace sales that you were fighting to try to get through everybody. This is what we need here in Sydney. This is what we need to do. We need to get everybody on board, all the businesses on board, and agree and say, yes, we need to bring something here. We need to do something to make this town where people want to come here. People want to visit Sydney, New York. I mean, just repairing our main road here in Sydney isn't going to bring people to our town. Does it look nice when they show up? I agree. Totally agree, it looks fantastic. But is it going to bring businesses? Is it going to bring people to our community? This is what we want. This is what we need here in Sydney. Too many businesses are closing because nobody's stepping up to the plate and saying, we need to do this. We need to bring business here. We need to bring money here. We need to make Sydney boom again. We need to put it back on the map. I mean, there's a lot of things to do in Oneonta, okay? And we're between Binghamton and Oneonta. All right, ladies and gentlemen? We're a dead center. Why? Why is there not things going on in our community? Why is it for the 4th of July? We cannot have fireworks in our community, ladies and gentlemen. Why is it that the fire department maybe, or the City Chamber of Commerce, or even the town itself, put on a beautiful firework display for us? Why do we have to travel to Bainbridge or Norwich or wherever to see a fireworks? We should have it right here in our town. As far as I know, on the 4th of July, I don't believe Unadilla, Bainbridge, or Afton does any fireworks. That is something that we can start here in Sydney. There's another thing I'd like to bring up is we have many disabled people here in our community. There is a Special Olympics program that happens every year in Binghamton. I want to bring and start a new Special Olympics program here in Sydney for the boys and girls and for the adults. So we may go down to Binghamton and compete in the Special Olympics. Win some trophies, make some people happy. It puts us out there, ladies and gentlemen. It says we are here. Do not pass us on 88 because you're going to be passing one of the greatest towns. We need to fix it. We need to take care of this. We need to keep up on everything. I don't know why the Arts and Musical Festival was canceled. I had missed the meeting to the Chamber of Commerce. The other morning I was on a business trip. But they should be able to reschedule it or find a different place. I mean, half of it was on Main Street, half of it was down at Keith Clark Park. So if the problem was because Main Street was not finished, which is, I'm assuming this, I was not sure if this is the problem, then we should have moved it all down to Keith Clark Park. All of it. If Keith Clark Park didn't work out, I'm sure we have many other places here in town. We could have put it up by the pool, in the ball field up there that hardly gets used, right by the swimming pool. So these are the things we need to think about. So these are a few things that I'm going to leave you with for today. First, like I said, I wanted to come out and introduce myself because I want people to get to know who I am and what I'm about. I am a family man, I'm a businessman, and I want to see Sydney, New York grow, ladies and gentlemen. I want it to grow. I don't want to sit still. I don't want us waiting for years to find out what's going to happen with our homes and get flooded again. All right, these problems need to be addressed, and the time to solve these problems are now. We need to get it figured out. We need to get it taken care of. 2011 to 2018, and almost going into 19 now, is a very long time to figure out how we're going to keep water from coming into our town. We could have had a flood already, and we would have been all starting all over again. I want to make sure that when the board meets, ladies and gentlemen, that not every board member has their own agenda, okay? I want the board to work together on a project, not have each one working on their own. Yes, I agree, it may take a little longer to get some things done. If we can work on 2 projects at the same time, would be fantastic. So yeah, it may take a little longer, but you know what? We're going to get it done. And in a quicker time than I could see them doing it now. Again, 2011 to 2018 is long enough to wait. The folks that own homes are sitting waiting, not knowing whether FEMA is going to do something, not knowing whether the town is going to do something, not knowing whether they have to fork out money to lift their homes. Okay? If we can get a grant to make our Main Street look the way it is, we should have been able to figure out this problem on River Street a long time ago. To me, this is just dragging. We need to get it fixed, we need to get it solved, we need to get it done, and it needs to be done as soon as possible. We need to figure out how we're going to make our businesses here make money. That's the thing. It has nothing to do with politics. It has to do with business. Because these folks on Main Street are not politics, ladies and gentlemen. They are business people. They want to make their business bloom. They want to make it grow. They want to make money. That's what they went into business for. So, my running for mayor, I'm going to call it now Sydney, the new generation. Okay? That's what my motto is for this campaign. It's going to be the new generation, ladies and gentlemen, of Sydney. By new generation means we're going to try to bring in things here that people would want to do, like sidewalk sales, having a 4th of July where they're setting fireworks off. Bring people to our community. That's the new generation. That's what I'm talking about. We want to bring people here. We want them to look at our town. We want them to say, this is a great place to set up a business. Because they do things, ladies and gentlemen. We do things here for the community. This is not my community, just mine. It's not just your mayors, it's not just the boards. This is your community, ladies and gentlemen. You live here, you pay the taxes, you're the one that has to make decisions. You're the one that should be listening to. You're the ones that should be making some decisions here in this town. Not the board, not the mayor, not anybody, other than you. And if I become the mayor here in Sydney, and if I'm elected in as mayor, I will be listening to my community. I'll be listening to the people who pay taxes here. I'll be listening to the people who want to improve our town. Because that's what I'm about, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about improving Sydney, New York. I'm about putting it back on the map. I'm about bringing money back here for the businesses that are here. I don't know about anybody else, but I love this town. I've been here for 8 years. I've seen a lot. I've done a lot. But I want to see it grow. And I think it's my turn to step up to the plate, become mayor, and make this town grow again. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your time. I will be back on again, here and there, giving my ideas to the things that I want to do for this community. I have a list of them, so it's going to take quite a while. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm asking this. For me to be mayor here in Sydney, I need 75 signatures of registered voters. Later on down the road, ladies and gentlemen, December rolls around. I want people to really know who I am by that time. So between now and December, I'm going to make sure everybody knows what I want to do, and I'm going to be very clear about it. I'm going to be very upfront and very honest. Because if we don't have honesty, this is why the President of the United States tweets, because his honesty. He wants to put out there what's going on. And that's what you're going to have with me. If I become your mayor, you will still be looking at me because I still will be doing these casts. I still will be filming what's going on as it happens. There's not going to be any questions between everybody in town and going, I wonder what's going on with River Street. You know why? Because I'm going to keep you in the loop. I'm going to let you know what's going on if I become your mayor. It'll be a guarantee. So, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your time. And again, please take some time, get to know me, get to find out what I'm about, and hopefully in December I will get on the ballot and be able to run for your mayor here in Sydney, New York. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for your time, and God bless America.